Hi all, it's Jan from the Jan Files. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do so by clicking on the subscribe button if you're on YouTube or finding a link at my other social media pages. I'm disgusted. I'm disgusted because once again the courts failed us, and the judge that Ro Kanna and Thomas Massie went to ruled today that they don't have standing in their request to have the court appoint a special master for going through the Epstein Files and, looking at them, deciding what have been ridiculously redacted, et cetera, et cetera. So they lost. So they can now file a lawsuit. I have no idea if they're going to do that. I don't have any idea of how long that would take. But this is completely, at this point, unacceptable. Okay, we have, all of us, myself included, with good reason, have been paying attention to other issues that are happening. And I believe, like everybody else does, that these are distractions. They are distractions that are part of Trump's wanting to go into a pure fascist regime, but they are still being done as distractions from the Epstein Files, because there is no question in my mind any longer that Donald Trump is not only in them, that he somehow participated, and that this is all his attempt to continuously try to cover this up. Now, I know I don't have to argue that with most people, but what I will say now and today is that we need to refocus. We need to be able to multitask. But at no point anymore can we let the Epstein Files go by the wayside. And so I am going to ask for your help. I hope that you're in this with me, because we need to hopefully make this go viral, or the request, and I'm going to share what that request is, for the people on the oversight committee to demand subpoenas for a particular group of people. And this shouldn't, now, unless a lawyer can tell me there's some reason why this can't be, these people that I am going to suggest, I'm going to give you their names, and I've talked about this before, but I am going to start sending emails this time. And I'm going to, I'll propose some language maybe, and I'll put it on my page, but you can write, obviously, whatever you want. But we need to send this out to the people on the oversight committee, and we need to do this in terms of thousands of people. So let's see what we can do, because this is what I want to tell you. There are 3 women that were Epstein's assistants. Okay, they were, and one was easily there for 25 or 30 years. Her name is Leslie Groff, Groff. The second assistant is another woman by the name of Adriana Ross, Ross. And the third is Sarah Kellen, Kellen, who she actually claimed that she was abused as part of all of this. But she still was there. She still has a lot of knowledge. These 3 women probably have, beside Ghislaine Maxwell, probably have more knowledge of what went down over the course of Epstein's, from the 80s through 2019, than anybody else. Now, they were also in the non-prosecution agreement, which they call the NPA, that was executed in 2007 in Miami with Alex Acosta. They were given immunity. Okay, that was one of Epstein's contingencies, that he wanted these 3 women to get immunity. Now, I don't know whether that immunity pertains to Congress, I don't know. It's irrelevant, honestly. But because the point is, they should be called. These three women should be called. They're not political figures, but they're people that are on the ground who have incredible amounts of knowledge about what was happening and who was around. And there is no reason that I can contemplate that they shouldn't be called. And so the reality is that the Republicans hold that pen, so to speak. They're the ones that control the subpoena power. The Democrats can invite them without a subpoena and to appear voluntarily, but that there is no weight behind that. Okay, but it's time to call these women out, to reflect that urgency with the House Oversight Committee, because nothing is happening. At a minimum, these three women could be called. Now, I don't know how they would get away with not testifying, because if they have immunity, they have to. As far as I know. Now, if there's an attorney out there, let me know what the deal is. But that's what I'm going to do. And I'm encouraging you to do this. And so their names are Adriana Ross, that's Adriannaross, Sarah Kellen, Kellen. She has other last names, but that's really what she's known by. And Leslie Groff, Groff. Those three women know a lot. And it's time we started demanding very specific things versus just release the Epstein Files, because that almost is meaningless now. Now we need to be more focused, more targeted, and really start to drive this, folks. It's just like it's not just the same one. I would compare it to Minneapolis in the sense, as I saw somebody saying today, there were people on the street, a woman and her husband. We're on our own, she said. Nobody is here helping us. Nobody is saving us. There is nobody coming to rescue us from this terror of ICE. Okay? Well, you know what? It's our job. It's our job as the people. Now, it's not obviously as intense. We're not all together. But you know what? We can do something like this. And so I'm going to encourage everybody, either via phone call or via, I can't talk today, via email. We should be contacting these people. We also should be blasting it out over social media. These three names, and demand that the Oversight Committee call them. Okay? I don't think that this is impossible. If I did, I wouldn't say it. But I'm going to say, you know what? We the people, folks, we the people are the ones that are going to have to drive this, because all of our institutions are failing us. They're absolutely failing us. And there is no, as far as I'm concerned, there is no other recourse. But again, just saying release the Epstein Files doesn't help anybody. We need to, in my estimation, we need to be more focused. We need to do this, and we need to do it immediately. I will post something I craft that I'm going to send via email. Okay? And so you can read it. You can obviously do anything you want. You don't have to follow what I'm doing. But I'm just saying, we can't just let this happen to these women and possible men who were the victims. We cannot do this any longer. We just can't stand by and wait for a DOJ who has no relationship to the law, who are liars and cheaters and horrendous human beings. We can't wait for them. And, the Democrats, they were able to at least get a discharge petition done, but we need more. And their hands are tied to a certain extent, but here's where we come in. So I hope you will join me. I hope you will join me in calling for these 3 women. I can add 2 more names, and I'll do that in the days coming. But we need to do this because nobody else is going to do this, right? So please keep these people in your hearts. Keep them and think about if they were your kids. Think of this if this happened to your daughter or your son or yourself. There are some of us who can easily see that more than others. But please, we the people need to stand loudly. Thanks.